Can I ask you to take away that bottle?
Yes.
Lovely.
With pleasure. And even the glass.
Lovely evening. Lovely meeting.
What about the last sentence?
You could
The last sentence.
I mean, that's the most important. I mean, the first one and the last one. First sentence and the last sentence. Yeah.
I think we should put that sentence I've just done as the last sentence.
I'm not sure about that.
Is that from
Somebody's food's getting
from the
cold.
delegates of the conference or?
Oh, right.
Yeah, there are things more important for her.
Chris, is it from the whole conference or?
No, yes, it is.
Yeah,
It's from
yeah.
the conference, yeah.
So,
But they are changing it now.
Yeah. So why not say that we need a moratorium of nuclear power, or
What is moratorium?
to stop until we got the solution for the final disposal. But yeah, I can't do that very well because I've just been operated. So that's why I put this.
Yeah, it was very nice.
But something about about the moratorium until the world has
Listen, we require that supranational structures responsible for security of the human habitat now urgently establish an honest and competent authority in the areas associated with risks related to the nuclear fuel cycle and nuclear energy, since clearly the current structures are seen to be corrupt and incompetent. ICRP, IAEA, WHO. Until such structures are overhauled or replaced, we demand a moratorium on nuclear energy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Only together we can make a good paper.
Yeah.
They're going to wipe their asses on it, but we may as well have a bit of fun on the way. Anyway, you still need the last sentence, though. No, they're going to change it. We've just done it all, now you're going to go and change it, so give us a different version.
Yes.
Because that's when we commit murder at that point.
I'd like to say is that we work independently. Read my wish and change.
Okay.
And you and Zita, I propose you change by yourself.
Oh yeah, this one.
This one.
Then you're
And
going to have two versions, then, not?
Yes, two versions, and we will make one version from
When?
just now. Because of tomorrow. Because of tomorrow, member of parliament will try to give this document. The summit will try to enter to the summit and give mass media, which will.
No, I understand that bit. The bit that I don't like is the more work bit for me bit. That bit. Okay? That's the bit where I have to sort of ditch and I do this one, and then we have to do more work to kind of make it so that it fits in. So what I suggest is that we do this one and finish it, put it on the stick, give it to you, and then go away, right? And then leave it all to you. But the one thing that I want here is I want to get this bit in, right? We change this slightly at the end. It's like a very last sentence. We require that the supranational structures responsible for the security of the human habitat, that's like everybody, you know, whoever's running the show, understand? Yeah? Now urgently establish an honest and competent authority in the areas associated with risks related to the nuclear fuel cycle and nuclear energy, since clearly the current structure are seen to be corrupt and incompetent, listed ICRP, IAEA, UNSCEAR, WHO, and so on.
From within, we require security,
Yeah, the supranational structures responsible for the security.
Yes, now urgently establish what?
An honest and competent authority, like a new organisation, right? A new organisation that we believe in.
Honest?
Yeah, new honest organisation that we believe in.
How could we employ them?
Well, you just what, these people are incompetent.
History
How can we control this new authority? Well, you have a look after me.
Love them.
There's lots of money, we set up the authority, no problem. We don't mind what
Chris, maybe it's better to put it like this, but we didn't want to put an alternative. That's better. So it's like right and left. They have their EIA and then the idea was the idea was not establish, not change one authority
To another that is as bad as the other.
The idea was take into account the opinion of indebted of public, of indebted specialists, of scientists.
But they will, that is the thing they will never do. They don't have the competence to do it.
See, what they do is they say, oh yeah, well they already do it. They say,
So the way we can demand it will work is that we demand to create an alternative.
Alternative, yes.
As there it is right and left. So we have EIA and then they have
Take into account all opinions of society.
they already do. And
They will say we do.
They say
We
they're not
have all this.
They say the whole of society, well they don't know anything because they're not scientists.
Let's make this demand practical so that we can check it.
They not follow conventions.
But it's all, you know, but all that we can't check. We can't check all those mistakes. But we can make one demand. We can follow.
The society is satisfied and to satisfy such a thing, government can take different measures, yes, methods. And it is not important which method is to create alternative, change one. We demand, we need a call that they will start to take into account public opinion and opinion of scientists, experts.
That has been demanded hundreds of times before, thousands of times before, and you can't sort of get it done. We have to make some kind of measurable demand that we can understand, that we can measure after that. Yes, now it is sort of.
See, there's no change. They can just say yes, we'll do that.
Yeah, and we can't measure it out. You know, we haven't given them a question that we can follow up if they've done it. Let's give them something we can follow up. And if they don't do it, then we can call them criminals. As I did today with that guy, sort of. I gave him the yellow book,
Use
the nuclear agency,
it's the same structure.
and I told him, you check it out tonight. Because he said he wouldn't come to Chris's presentation because that was pseudoscience. And I told him, you have to check this book and realize that you are doing pseudoscience. And if you don't come tomorrow after you check this book, then we will officially proclaim you a criminal. That's what we will do because there are all the graphs inside of all the genocide going on.
I basically don't mind. I'm going to write down whatever.
There is science of 90 eminent scientists in that
They
book.
will just wipe their bottoms on it.
And if he, after that, just keeps talking like this, then he's a criminal.
Well, authority means an
And we have had
organisation,
enough.
so it would
We
mean
will
like
make
the ECR or
measurable
something like that.
demands.
That's an authority.
And then we will
It's
really
like a
say that
body
they
of
are
people who
criminals.
said something.
They are murdering millions of people.
I mean, how would they take into consideration the opinions of the public? How would they do it? You know? I mean, if you ask the public, 43% of them like nuclear power, 57% of them don't like nuclear power, and some of them don't
get
know.
anywhere.
And you know, they can. So they'll say, well, we've taken into consideration what they say. We're building out a nuclear power station. You know.
That's what they do all the time.
I mean, they spend their whole life having these meetings where they invite people like us to go along, and we all shout and scream and yell and say, "You're all bastards." They say, "Thank you very much." We know, you know, they even write it down. You know, that Chris Busby says, "I'm a bastard." They put it on the internet.
They get paid.
Stop them from making their nuclear power station. They just keep on going. And they probably will anyway. But I'm anxious to just put down what it is at once, because I don't mind. You tell me what to put down and we'll translate it. But one idea was, until such structures are overhauled or replaced, we demand a moratorium on nuclear energy. So in other words, we don't want anything more built until they've overhauled all these structures.
We demand moratorium of nuclear energy.
Well, we can demand. I mean, this is a letter. We can say what we like. We can say, we, the people of the meeting in Vilnius, demand that you all jump off a cliff because we think you're a bunch of crooks. You know, we can say what we want to, can't we?
That would be more fun. Because it's just useless. You know, if we write the style you made this letter, they have had those thousands of such letters. There is no measurable demand.
And
measurable demand is moratorium of nuclear energy.
Well, that is a measurable demand, sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But you didn't write that, she did.
She demanded that.
But it's my demand, and I really want that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
and the other one we could put on is to create this alternative.
Until you have the result, have the conclusion of nuclear disposal. So why on earth do you produce more and more nuclear fuel?
See, what I would like to
and why do you have uranium mining? And why? I mean, if you don't have the conclusion how to get rid of that.
This would be my one. I mean, if I'm allowed one here,
if you build a house, you have to have the. You have to make a contract how you get rid of your waste, how you get rid of
garbage
and garbage and blah blah blah. That you can build a nuclear power station and just put up your hands and somebody in 200 years, you are not here anymore.
From us.
You are not here anymore.
Our only worry and big issue is how to warn these generations after 1,000
There will be no.
What kind of language should be, or should we ignore warning them? Because if we warn them, they will go there because they are curious. My bloody hell! All these big guys are sitting there and thinking about and discussing things. How to warn these generations 3,000 years or 5,000 years after us? What kind of language? What kind of signs do we use? Yes. We have been there listening to these guys.
But you have to realize that there will be none. There will be no people after 2 generations.
But their big issue is
there is the genes are being, the genetic material is being destroyed already now.
So that's what they're thinking about. Oh, it is. Macabre. I think they agree.
It's something odd. It's so unrational. It's just beyond any common sense.
Okay, I mean, this is the one, everybody's having their sentence, so here's mine, right? We demand that the competent authorities cease to employ the unsafe and obsolete ICRP risk model to assess the risk to health following exposures to radioactive pollution, and begin to employ the risk model of the European Committee on Radiation Risk, which more accurately explains and predicts the effects of such exposure. The risks.
Comma, protecting life on Earth.
Обращаем внимание на складывающиеся
No, otherwise they don't understand even. ICRP and
Well, of course they do.
No, they don't. SKB, you know,
We demand that the competent authorities cease to employ the unsafe and obsolete ICRP risk model to assess the risk to health following exposure to radioactive pollution, and begin to employ the risk model of the European Committee on Radiation Risk, which more accurately explains and predicts the effects of such exposure.
Take away obsolete. Nobody understands what
Obsolete is a great word.
Nobody understands that.
Ancient, obsolete.
What is that? Absolute?
Obsolete, it means out of date.
But for me it sounds like absolute, which is great.
I'll put out of date. Well, I can't help it. I mean, presumably they know.
You have to write easy English, because people don't have to be English sort of.
Well, this is the OECD, I mean, I'm sure they can. We demand the companies cease to employ the unsafe and out-of-date ICRP risk model, right?
It never was right. It was never right. Take away that word. The unsafe and criminal ICRP model, that would be more like. Oh, you get more and more radical.
Every man understands that.
Everybody gets that word.
Well, that's your bit, though, right?
Yeah.
The unsafe and criminal ICRP.
Мы говорим об этом. Зачем вы обращаемся к главам государства?
Most of people wouldn't understand what ICRP model is, so you have to write that
Я пока не забыла, пойду туда.
but it's supposed to predict.
Well, it's a risk, it's a model which says to assess the risk to health following exposure to radiation pollution. I bet you have a copy of this. We demand that the competent authorities cease to employ the unsafe and criminal ICRP model to assess the risk to health following exposure to radioactive pollution, and begin to employ the risk model of the European Committee on Radiation Risk, which more accurately explains and predicts the effects of such exposures affecting life on Earth.
This is for resolution.
Right.
Now we made not the resolution, but open letter.
I don't see it's any different.
To the Council of Ministers. On resolution of our confidence, it's fine.
That's a good one for a letter as well, isn't it? Criminal, I don't like the word criminal.
No, it's not about criminal, about this concrete measure, about the European Committee on Radiation Risk. And
Anyway, I have no energy. I'm becoming so tired, I will cry.
Yeah, and I'll burst into tears as well. Because as soon as he cries, I cry. It's like,
Нет, я больше не могу, я больше работать. Знаете, я больше не могу. Все. Я просто хотела мне показать, что вы что-то сделали. Вы можете менять, что вы хотите, да? Пожалуйста. Меняйте, только оставьте нас в покое. Вот что вы еще тут сделали, смотри, да? Тут было очень странное что-то там. Вот, чтобы я хотела, чтобы поставили это солофле. Помнишь Roland von Marburg, да? So Roland von Marburg made a big speech now in November about the very, very big risk that we face if the solar flare comes. Global solar flare, it's very, very likely to come next year. And all these pools will be cooking. The whole planet will be cooking. In a couple of months, this will be the most radioactive planet in the universe.
Have we got the last sentence then? We got a bit carried away with all the criminals.
Okay, let's do the last sentence.
One more sentence.
So
Кто он сказал об этом?
Later to the Council of Ministers, it's very concrete. And he says that we not satisfied by politics on nuclear energy. And we demand that they not.
okay, we know what you're saying.
Okay, here's what
we don't work like that because those clean letters, they fill their toilets with those clean letters. But you do what you want.
You write it all in English, but you have no
Let me
problem
finish it.
I can't.
I finish for what?
But what am I supposed to do with it? What's the point? No, I don't mean that. I mean, what do I do with it now? What do you want me to do now? Because all I was hoping to do is finish the last sentence of this and run.
Okay? Now we do that.
I'd like to explain why this document is.
Can we do that tomorrow?
I understand that. I understand why you want what you want to do. But I don't
Just
buy
let's do
into
it.
it.
I'm just exhausted. I can't take this anymore.
Well, I just could put this on the trip for her, and then I'll go.
We have to make the last sentence.
Yeah, well, let's do it then. Come on, off we go. Last sentence.
We have already done better.
Okay, well, hang on, I'll save it on the trip for her. Save that.
It's called.
No, it's the wrong one, isn't it? It's the other one.
Is it? One page.
This one.
You will see. No, you can
Save
see.
those. So I'm putting it on the. I'm putting it on
I've been working from 8 in the morning until 10 at night.
the. Yeah, no, we've been working in Italy and all over.
No! I mean, when we worked with Ulla, you know, we worked from 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning until 3 in the night. So,
And I'm ill.
yeah.
Okay.
And we really do.
This is so typical
I mean,
women. They don't love each other, really. You don't. Let's give love to each other. And don't demand each other to die of overworking, okay?
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
And if somebody says, now I'm tired, so you can't be tired.
No.
Yeah,
No. Go,
Why?
go and
Why?
have some rest.
You can't be tired.
No. Go and have some rest, please.
You have to save the world. You have to save the world from these horrible men.
He's going.
No, we love men. Mwah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Can't live without you.
So true. Look at these guys here.
Levin and Yablokov, do you know that you are best?
You're the best.
Alexei,
It's working.
He's working.
Concentrating.
If you get the monitoring, I'm satisfied.
yeah. So you can finish it up, okay, girls?
Yeah.
Now you have sort of had a bit of wine and food, and you take it over.
And not frozen anymore.
Yeah,
And it's
great.
so cold
Good night.
outside.